guys, it's Joshie here, and I am here with something I kind of forgot about. With all the fundraising in January and then, well, 2020 in general, this got a little bit lost. But now in mid-June, I'm ready to bring you, that's right, my top 20 videos of 2019. Now, I did this for 17, then I did this for 18, so I think I'm going to keep it a thing because I find it quite interesting, and I know a couple of people do. Also, I will be putting down below a link to the playlist with the top 10 videos in it, but you can find these all on my channel quite easily. Plus, there's a lot of videos that don't make a top 10 for the whole year, being there's hundreds of videos a year, but it's you know, there's still some good ones out there. Now, please also note that the top 10 videos are based on view numbers and not view times. This is done because it can be a little bit hard to evaluate, with some videos being 6 hours or more long and others being 2 to 4 minutes long. So I like to just keep it with the more reliable of the two stats. But now, before we get into our top 10 itself, let's have a little look at some honorary mentions. So first off, we have a couple of honorary mentions that didn't quite make the top 10 but appeared in both time and views lists just outside of the top 10, or was quite close in one or the other. So we have our shiny found in Let's Go, which did get a little bit of time to shine. We got our 4 ways to use Unpheasant, which is amazing being that it was uploaded around mid-December. We have our Mixing Eggs, J-Cocoon episode 9, which was really crazy that some of these episodes are getting a lot of views. And then our Gothitelle Suite, which actually finished second in last year's top 10. Now, the other honorary mentions I want to get to are ones that appeared in the time viewing list but didn't quite make our top 10 list by view counts. We have our J-Cocoon 2 speedrun second attempt. We have our previous world record. This was a world record at the time it was posted for Pokemon Conquest. We have our Shiny Mooner reaction, which was just crazy that ended up being on there. And then we have our Gathering Seed Beast J-Cocoon 2 episode 19. So another J-Cocoon 1 episode from a while back that gained a bit of traction last year. But anyway, guys, let's get into the actual top 10. And in 10th place, we have my Mono Bug theme team. So this actually dates back to the 6th of October 2017, but somehow gained a bit more traction last year than any other time. But that's fine with me. We ended up with 364 views across last year and 26.7 hours of viewing. Now, I did state this wasn't based on the hours viewed or the time viewed, but I think it's interesting, at least in the top 10, to have a look into that, because it gives you an insight of both views versus viewing time, and then if you really want to have a look at the length of the video, that'll give you an idea. And in 9th place, we have my Dead by Daylight stream on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I believe I had 2 of these, but one of these was 1 hour and 40 minutes, and that was this one. We ended up with 366 views and 29.1 hours of viewing. So, not everybody watches it the whole way through, and that's fine, but there are people who quite enjoyed it, and it was uploaded itself last year only on the 12th of October as well. But, as you can see, instead of spending a whole year, it only spent a couple months there, and people enjoyed it. In 8th place, we have the Watchhog Sweep I put up a while ago. So this is actually, again, back in 2017. This is the 4th of October. Apparently October is a popular month. 2017. I loved this guy. I really wanted to get Watchhog showing off, so I utilized Z Hypnosis with Nasty Plot and got a good little run on it. It was quite fun to use an underrated Pokemon to a higher degree nonetheless. We ended up with 376 views, but only 12.9 hours of viewing. But that is a much shorter video than the others, so it works out either way. And if you really wanted to, you could do the viewers per minutes per ratio, but I'm not going to sit down and do that quite yet. And in 7th place, we have my Crobat Sweep. Another sweep. This one's actually only back the 12th of February 2018, but did pick up this year. We ended up with 412 views and 16.5 hours of viewing. Another little fun one using another special set, but Crobat gains access to Nasty Plot, and with natural base speed and decent all round, he can do quite well at any stage. So in 6th place we have The Burning Cactus Can Do It. Now this is an old video from the 10th of June 2017, so a very early video of mine, and actually still finished in 8th place last year and has bumped itself up 2 places this year. Well, last year. But I was surprised this is still making it. It's, to me, not a great video. It's not a bad one, and I'm going to definitely keep it. It's where I've come from, but there's so many better ones. But there's something in here which catches people's attention. I probably should look at the tags. But nonetheless, we ended up with 430 views, but only 4.7 hours of viewing. So not a heap of people stuck right through it, and it was an older one, so editing, viewing, voice, and everything was not up to what it is now. But people seem to at least click on the link. And in 5th place, we actually had the video which finished 5th last year, which is my Aurora Start Rain Finish battle video. This was really fun because I do enjoy this battle, and looking back at battles like this, it makes me want to do more battles. I just want a versus recorder, and I love Lumineon. But nonetheless, we ended up with 439 views with 16 hours worth of viewing, and this is a 2017 video, making another bit of a pop back in that is still getting a bit of attention. So I'm quite happy with it, and if we get versus recorder, be ready to see more battles in the future. And in 4th place, we have J Cocoon 2 Speed Run, my first one ever. And this one really surprised me. Now, we did have actually 3 J Cocoons appear in our honourable mentions, just missing out. And this one ends up taking our 4th place. Now, this is the first speed run attempt I did. Our second one's gaining traction, so are others. I think I have to come through and do a speed run on this sometime soon. I want that world record for this game more than any other game. I can't explain it. And it's just such a big street. Like, the world record's like 7 hours. So, you know, it's going to take a lot. But I'm going to try and find some way to fit this in. Nonetheless, this ended up with 568 views over last year, and I can tell you now it's still doing quite well this year, and we ended up with 190.2 hours of viewing, which is massive. This also only went up last year on the 12th of April, and obviously throughout the year was pretty popular. I was actually surprised when it hit 100 views itself, being such a long streaming video, especially when I realized the average view was a decent amount of time. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but people are watching this at least in chunks, and I'm surprised. But it is probably a cult favorite game, so people who are finding it are generally looking exactly for something like this, or at least a decent chunk of gameplay from it. And taking out 3rd place this year is actually last year's winner. Uploaded on the 16th of November 2018 is Krabby Joins the Gang, our Let's Go episode 18. So this ended up with 784 views and 30.9 hours of viewing. Mostly I find this one is viewed to try and find how to catch Krabby in Let's Go, because it's not obvious. I did the same. I was looking for him in water and then found out he was in the grass. So if I thought of this earlier, I could have just made a simpler video to show people. But people are still clicking on this one and hunting him down, and I'm happy that I can help people out that way, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, again, still sticking up there and holding on to a, well, I guess technically a pedestaled rank. And now in our 2nd place, this is my Chipper Cherim sweep. Going up on the 10th of September 2018, we have this guy sitting at 1,000 views. This is over last year, and 14.2 hours of viewing. We are only a short video as well, and most people are sticking a fair way through, but this was a really cool one. I was glad to give Cherim a physical sweep, and I didn't get to quite show off Rollout being one of his egg moves in it, but it still worked out really cool, and I did enjoy it. Now, 1,000 views compared to the others is obviously more, but across the whole thing, some of them beat it overall. This is just based on from the 1 year. Nonetheless, this guy actually picked up traction when Cherim entered Pokemon Go itself, and that's what just, I think, caught a little bit of gust of wind underneath it, and it just kind of built it up, and was every day getting views, and I was surprised, being the fact that it was actually quite dormant before that. So, very happy with that one, and I mean, I'm just glad people are somewhat enjoying my content. And finally, guys, we have our first place of last year. Now, let me, before I state this, say this is actually a group of videos which, although I thought would do all right, are still to this day blowing my mind. And either, I believe, early today, if not very late yesterday, one of them hit 100,000 views, making it my highest viewed channel video ever, but also my first 100,000 view video ever on my channel by a lot. I have another one sticking in around 50,000 views. I have another one sticking in others, but I will get into them. There's many there that are just, I'm gobsmacked how well these are gone, and I'm really glad at most of the comments because I've been able to help people. And these are my how to find. So I'm going to just go the top 4 of them from the 4th to 1st in these guys. There were a couple of these also spread out throughout the top 10, and there were a couple that didn't even make the top 10, a few quite a way out. But nonetheless, let's get into it. So the fourth one of these was how to find Indeedee. We ended up, that one had 14,000.2 views and 280.4 hours of viewing. This went up the 18th of November last year. Then we have in 3rd for these guys is how to find Pukumuku, which had 15.8 thousand views with 524.7 hours of viewing. This guy went up on the 22nd of the 11th, 2019, and actually was done via request. And sparked memory the other day is Ender, who may watch this as well and is quite active in Discord and Twitch, actually pointed out that that is the exact video and way he ended up on my channel, and he couldn't be happier to be part of the community. Our second most popular how to find is our how to find Galarian Darumaka. This ended up with 23.2 thousand views and 581 not thousand, gosh, hours of viewing. And we had, this went up itself on the 18th of the 11th, 19. And, 19th of the 11th, 19, so a day after Indeedee. And finally, the guy taking out a top spot and who today/yesterday hit 100,000 views overall is our how to find Stonjourner. We ended up with 48.9 thousand views yesterday, last year, and 1.6 thousand hours of viewing. Now, this went up on the 19th as well, so 19th of November. That leaves it about a month and a half to gain that traction. Obviously, this year, we've ended up with a massive influx as well on these, and they have been very, very, well, they're obviously popular compared to the rest of my videos, and as I said, I love that I'm helping people out. I've had so many people comment, tell me different things. Stonjourner's been one I've had people comment they found shinies before they found him, and I understand why. There are other popular ones throughout there as well. I'm not going to go into them, but they were really, really cool. And in the top 10 playlist below, I have only linked Stonjourner itself. If you want to go find the others, they're pretty easy. You can go through Stonjourner or literally just search my own videos on how to find. There is a playlist on my page as well for those, but that's if you really want to find them. So guys, that wraps up the whole top 10 for this, well, last year, I guess. But even though I'm getting to it 6 months late, I am utterly happy to do this, and honestly some of the numbers still shock me, and some of the videos popping up in there, even in the honorable mentions, I would not have guessed, especially the J Cocoon ones. I would never in my time think 4 J Cocoon videos would have been that popular. So I might even do more runs through of J Cocoon and try and only use certain type of beasts and different things. I think I'm going to do that because I love the game and I've been craving doing it, but that'll be a Twitch thing that'll be uploaded to YouTube in pieces anyway. But there's so much there, and if you guys do enjoy these or remember any of these videos or anything, memories from last year or stuff like that, I definitely love hearing from you in the comments. I don't know how many of you watch it, and half of these videos I enjoy doing for my own interest, but it's just really cool. I'd also like to know if there's anything you guys ever want to see more of from me or from me, then let me know. But that's all the comment section. Anybody who's on this who hasn't, if you'd like to subscribe and be part of this year's tally more, then go ahead and do it. We had a massive boom in subs last year, mostly thanks to the how-to videos, but the whole growth of the channel was amazing and I couldn't thank you guys anymore. So anyway, guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.